Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You ought to be excited today, especially ladies, because this conversation is for you, and we are not putting aside men, because men, we need to listen to this, what Benjamin has for us. Ladies, did you know, or do you know, that having a job makes you attractive? Did you know that? If you never knew, that is why you need to tune in today. And that is exactly what we're talking about with Benjamin here. Hey, Benjamin.
Hello, we want to tell them secrets. They've been asking, what do men want? We want to tell them what men want today. Yes. Okay? Yeah. What are men looking for in a woman? First of all, a healthy man. There's nothing attractive to a healthy man when he sees a woman who is comfortable, staying in the house the whole day. We are not underrating the chores, the washing and the cooking, the cleaning. We have chores in the house, and we need to be fed, all of us, every day. Maybe their children need to be dressed up, taken to school and checked over. We have chores at home. But the chores at home fluctuate according to how many members are around.
Yeah.
When you are just married, we are two of us. Maybe we don't have a child. Chores are that few because just the two of us. Brahma, there's nothing as attractive as a woman who is also has her own skills, competence, and can converse about larger issues of the media trends, of journalism and the future of journalism, and where she is in auditing, and let's say she's in the jewelry industry and she deals with jewelry, and she's telling you how the trend is and where diamond is coming from now, where we're getting gold from. A lady is telling you she has a shipment from Dubai. That provides that one woman has ships. She has merchandise going on. She has ships at sea. And yet at the same time, she wakes up early. When you read that woman, those who follow that woman, you know that she considers her field and buys it. She has money to buy fields. She has ships coming with she's one of the traders. Brahma, the first thing a man wants is a woman who challenges him. Aye, man, can you tell them the truth? Yeah. It's okay, you thrilled me with your body. Now, what next? Okay? I'm happy you thrilled me. Brahma, I noticed I had that weakness early on in secondary school. I would talk endlessly with the girls who were deaf. I did not know the word was deaf. But one day we had a debate, and another national school came. Our school was provincial those days, but we used to perform and beat even nationals. So they used to rank us like among them. You know, they were owned by Catholic, and Catholic would determine which school they weren't given which status, because they lose some control when they give it to certain status, so they would refuse. As school, as all the facility, they no, we have given you that way, we are not giving this. So ours was way qualified to become a national, but the council had refused. Because they want to maintain control. When it becomes national, apparently, there's more control by the ministry, who you admit, the numbers. So they didn't want that to give all the schools. They'd given a several. So this school comes, and the head girl, I was the head boy. And the head girl will catch up with the stories. Man, we talked. That's the girl I interacted with all of that day. And there was nothing personal. Nothing personal. It was trends that I could not find another person to discuss with. Like the moral decay, like the trend where people are forgetting spirituality just to focus on science, where people are not talking about personal values, why our music is not, music festivals are coming and we are no longer singing about building up the girl child. We're only singing about politicians or this or this, or we are normalizing girls getting children. Why our music, we could take that direction and talk endlessly. Tell me, brother, between that girl and another one, who's making faces for you to see her makeup? No. Can you tell your sisters the truth? Even you, you are acting to be very nice. It's only Benjamin. No. Some girls have no depth.
Yeah.
They have not read. That girl was so widely read. She would take a French word and try to explain it to me in English. Now I'm the student there. Have you talked to the person who has so much depth? Some words they don't have English, they borrow from French or German, then they tell you the concept of when the French say I miss you, they don't say I miss you, they say they tell you the word. Then tell you it means you are missing from me. I saw that meme somewhere. I'm just speaking an example that the first time I saw how I was thrilled, whenever I went to give talks to girls who were hungry, schools that loved learning, man, that was It was the pinnacle of my talks. I did a lot of talks to schools. In other schools, we had to give in drip slowly and interpret and digest and break it down to small pieces. But I realized it was not the mental capability that really thrilled me. It was the hunger to learn. It was the hunger. Those who listened keenly and paid attention and you're flowing with them, man, you feel so much deep connection. Primal reading books is not enough. Solving real life problems in a certain career path gives you depth.
Yeah.
I know they wanted me to start with money. We'll come to money, but I will not even put it as a past. No, let me read you another aspect. Another aspect of a woman who's working is first, she has depth. Why? She's facing real challenges in life. The second thing why it is good to work with a working woman is because she knows how to handle issues. My brother. Yeah. Imagine being invited to check a crisis that water is out. The supplier of water is not pumping, and now you have to cancel your trip to Kisumu to come back and solve the problem of water. Because your woman has no experience in logistics. One thing I liked with my girl is she would handle logistics and I will only know about it later. Something that should have been a crisis and cost me to stop what I was doing. One day I came to work and she did not have her keys, and we did not know. I think she had left it in the car somewhere. She did not have the keys inside. So I locked the normal way and I left. And I'm working. I think we were also shooting. I go back at 1 p.m. The stupid padlock is still, hey, today you're not. I realized I don't have the key. Why did you not call? I knew you'd come back. That should have been a very bad crisis. If I was dealing with a woman who does not know how to handle situations. She said, I had a lot of things to do here. I said, let me work from here and I have everything I want. So I knew you would come. She could have called, I could have maybe sent a motorbike, I could have organized logistics, but she handled logistics in a manner that shows experience in real life, in the workplace. She had handled classes, being a teacher, handled situations, taking students to national events and gone with students there and monitoring how they're behaving and checking who is there. What is that doing? Handling situations of life. It is better to deal with a woman who is working because she can handle logistical issues without heaping everything on you and starting to break down over small issues. His peace of mind when you deal with a woman who can handle situations. I don't want to be absent, of course, when situations are there. I also want to. But we are saying a woman who has experience at the workplace. What has it done for her? Given her logistical capability to handle issues. She can deal with situations. Another advantage, Bramwell, is that this woman has high people skills standards. She has high people skills. Eventually, they grow with the time. Why? All jobs involve people. You know, you have had people categorizing jobs. Me, I don't like dealing with people, so I want IT. Me, I don't want IT. I want people that will me become a teacher. No. It's only at what point you are. Remember, all careers are serving people. Are we together?
Yeah.
So now even if you're dealing IT, you're developing a software, you're developing it for a person. And you must know their needs. Are we together? Yeah. You must sense where they're coming from. You must get the emotional inclinations. Whether they want a lot of aesthetics on the website, or they want a lot of functionality, or they want vibrance, they want colors. You must be able to understand people to sell anything. If your woman is working, she's dealing with the people, and she will be able to understand people. Do you know why many of these who call themselves housewives have a lot of gossip and conflicts and cat fights and pulling hair and silly fights, and you have to sit down and make cases between your women? They have no people skills. Where do they deal with the life? They remain in the house to do the cats and so for years. And those are important things, but you say they cannot be the only thing. Are we together? They have cat skills, not people. House chores are important. We repeat that. We need to be cooked for. We need to eat as a family. But that cannot be the only purpose in life. Are we together? Okay. Brother. Performing chores can't change the world. Where would you get Samia Suluhu president if she was just washing things in the house? Brother. No, be serious. Obama could never been assisted to presidency by a housewife.
Yeah.
Can you stop sugarcoating things because you are afraid of backlash? There are two groups that are very fierce. They throw stones a lot. Single mothers and housewives. When you're addressing topics about them, they pick stones even before you start talking. The moment the headline mentions them, they are on war mode. Many of them don't want to hear the subject or the point. They just want to. So, no, I feel good. I've developed a thick skin. For me, it's not a problem. I can listen while sipping my juice. There's no stones. So you can't change the word staying at home. Chores are important, but chores are not everything for you. They cannot encompass your purpose in life. Deborah, the woman who went to wage war the days of Israel and saved a nation, she couldn't save a nation staying at home. Esther couldn't win contests without understanding the national things and where we are, and the Haman and his strategy. That's what her strategy is. She saved the whole nation. You don't do mighty things by confining yourself in the house. So the third reason we love working with working women is because they have higher people skills. They are busier than engaging in rumor mongering and gossip. I've never sat down to solve a case where my wife had gossiped, involved in a gossip cycle. Never. It gives me a lot of peace of mind. Okay? She's not in those WhatsApp groups that are just bad-mouthing. When you are all day and you have no work, you have done your morning chores, and you're all day, what do? You fill it up with chatting with friends and talking, gossiping. I've never had to do that. Never had to do that. Ask those who tell you that to stay at home. This feeder, there's an organization that have defended women who have been violated. Group of lawyers. Where would they ever defend them if they were staying at home? In fact, when the child rights were so, violated, and women or girls were being married off early, and they were being FGM, and they were being pulled out of school and were being put to early labor, who saved them? Do you think it's men? No, be real, my brother. I know you also want to have some credit, like you also defend for women. The forefront fighter of women's rights are always women. Are we together?
Yeah.
Please understand this. The forefront. Men we also assist, we care for our daughters. Those men were sober. But the rights of women are always properly fought for by who? Women. You can't stay home and save girls. You must be out there where the transaction is happening. You must be out there. I heard they saved a whole group of girls who had already been put together for FGM, and over 200 girls. They were rescued. Who do you think is so hands-on? A woman who knows what that means. Are we together? So why men we enjoy this is because this girl, she has handled difficult people at work. She has handled difficult people everywhere. And because maybe she has a team or she's a member of a team, she understands these people. When earlier on we were starting and we all knew, we could get a lot of cases. She's having this issue with this teacher or that principal or that thing or that. And she was dealing with issues. Every day we solved, we learned, isn't it? Every day she solved an issue, we learned. Eventually, what does that do to you? You have a whole skill set and experience to refer from. All right? The other thing we enjoy with women is that, now it involves the money. They have their small money so that you're not paying everything, from hair oil to earring to necklace to small things to... There are some small monies that are so personal, Bramwell. I told you money and your clothes have one similarity. They cover your dignity. Are we together? The clothes and the money are not always the same amount. I can wear a lot of clothes. I can wear top to bottom 1,000 shillings or top to bottom 10,000 shillings. It's not the amount. The amount is now another detail. But as long as I have some money to cover myself, you want your woman to have some money. You even feel bad for them when they cannot earn something. There's a difference I told you the other day. Some people look at maybe the Chandaria family or Kirubi family or the Kenyatta family. They work from the family. Are we together? They're working companies owned by the family. And they're earning from the family. You may have the OPO family that has businesses, and your wife may be working among them. You're also working among them. You can build an empire. You can build a business where you are working the same. Because she's working and earning, it's not from you now. Are we together? So this does not mean we must scatter ourselves, go work out there. No. The point is the working and the earning. We can work from the same family empire which has all the advantages. Remember, we counted them. Our children will have shelter, financial shelter, some place to start life from. We'll have more, more security. We can control our working terms. We can control our schedules. When it's a family business, it has a lot of advantage because you're in control. So we have encouraged family business. Instead of you sitting home, can you think of your skills where they are? Let us build something around it. Are we together? Now, why a girl needs her own money, number one, is so that she can meet her own private, personal needs without having to disclose them. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the needs are not her directly. It's her brother who has an issue for 200 shillings. Now, brother, you having to ask for 200 shillings to send to your brother. How does that feel? $2. How does that feel? It's humiliating.
Yeah.
Having to remind the person that your hair needs attention. Remind them every time that this one has run out. This one has run out. And the man is responsible. He has done shopping for the house. But there are small details he keeps forgetting. Mm. What if you are doing your online, and nowadays online has opened for you so that you can do things from where you are. Remember, we said there are sometimes women stay home because of a child. Mm-hmm. She's not a housewife now. She's a stay-home mom for the sake of the child. And it's very important for those 1, 2, 3 years of the beginning of life. But when the child begins to be independent, the mother now can multitask with a few things, isn't it? She can multitask. She can buy a handbag, market it, sell it to the profit of 200. She has made something. Yeah. Nowadays, we have messengers all over. Use the phone, send somebody. You know, this girl has always, maybe she has a passion for doing nails or doing hair or something. It also gives her that ability to see something. She has accomplished something. So we are saying when she has money, she can cover her own personal needs. But also money adds to the family dynamics. Mm. When we have projects, when we have things, she can add the family dynamics. And you know, many of the spendthrift, wasteful women are those who don't earn. Brother. Brother. Do you know your marriage can break because of no infidelity, no disrespect? It is one person who has bad money manners.
Yeah.
So money can't sit in the family. They waste. When will you ever move with a person who is wasting, overspending? There's one guy who told me he has been saving. He wanted to do a wedding. He wanted to build a house, buy plot, build a house. He has saved enough. And he's earning less than $20,000, less than $200. And he has managed to hey, man, you can't even believe it. To save enough to buy a plot and build a house in his context. You know, out there, you can do a lot with 100,000. Mm-hmm. Over here, that is change. In Nairobi, we don't talk about building. Yeah. But brother, if you are earning less than 20,000 and you have managed to save 150,000 or 20,000, how disciplined are you? Mm-hmm. Imagine. Man, I was so impressed. Man, there's something that thrills me. Progress, man. It thrills me. This young man, he has now found a lady he wants to marry. But the lady is insisting on a big wedding and she wants them to spend all that money on a wedding. Spendthrift women will keep you behind forever.
Yeah.
So I told him, brother, you have seen the truth while you're outside. You still want to go in? Do you still want to marry that kind of a woman? Do you know how many men can't move today because their marriage is a leaking tank?
Yeah.
They bring girls. And she brings a lot of chaos until you buy what she wants. She wants a big wedding. He said, me, I wanted a small function that I can spend 30,000 maybe. Mm-hmm. And I actually discussed with my pastor. I was told it's very possible. This is what we do. Actually given a budget that is very practical. Don't do elaborate things. Many things we use our church. Church is a good community that supports you in some of these things. Mm-hmm. Our son have been faithful, getting married. This is what we have. Guys, say, I'm bringing rice. I'm bringing this. Let me tell you, they can support you and do it calmly. But he's marrying the wrong seed. The wrong seed. I told him, my brother, you don't need counseling. You need your common sense. You have seen the truth. The way she's behaving now, that's how she will behave inside. Yeah. So, brother, you need a woman who's working so she knows the pinch of earning. Brother.
Yeah.
When she has learned the pinch, she's not be too quick to go to the ATM and run, go spend. Because she has learned you earn a coin by coin. And whenever we spend money, we are not really spending money. We are spending hours of our lives. Mm-hmm. We are spending portions of our lives, energy, man, investment, man. And the last thing about a working woman is that, brother, do you know that being given a tie, a shoe, a gift by your woman has another flavor, man? Sweetness that enhances love, that shows you thoughtfulness. So when you have a working woman, she has disposable capital to surprise you with small things. And more importantly, to rescue you during times of emergency. Are we together? As I told you, sometimes your wife is a lender of last resort. Mm-hmm. When you need some money somewhere and you don't want to keep calling guys, your own wife. We said this is when you're married, not before you get married. Mm-hmm. She can assist you and you get a soft loan that has no interest. You can pay quickly. You know, at least you have emergency. Many wise women have an emergency kitty of their own, the working ones. Mm-hmm. If you're not working, what will you save? What will you save? So, primarily, I've counted things here to show you the richness of the relationship when she's working has depth. To show you that our conversations revolve around not only here, but the new ideas. And I told you can marry a driving class who is not driving. Not yet. You know, and when I was dating my girl, she was hard to get. Guys that tried unsuccessfully. They usually know which girls are untouchable in the village, isn't it? Yeah. So she was one of those. So they start mocking you. Let us see who will find out you will bring. It looks like you are waiting for rich people. So when they got wind that she's getting married, they came to witness. Who is it? Not everybody comes to the wedding to celebrate.
Yeah, some come to witness.
To confirm that you're just being high-minded. Look, you refused us, you brought another guy who is not even. No, I did not have a car. They expected a big vehicle. You see, they don't understand character. They only understand cars. They think you're waiting for money. A guy with money. You're refusing us because you have no money. I did not have a car. I didn't have... But Bramwell, I knew this girl is a driving class, just like I am. Now, driving is not a class, just a necessity in life. I'm using it because that's what they call the village. Driving is not class, it's a necessity. There's no class in driving. Just a necessity, means of movement. In the West, a 16-year-old has a car for going to school. Here, when a 30-year-old Bramwell buys a car, it's news. There's a buzz in the village. Do you see the problem with the poverty? Elsewhere, a student has a car for going to school. Here, when the father of the student. This is a problem with the poverty. They praise mediocrity, make it look outstanding. So, one guy carrying on a motorbike, now, you made us all wait all this long because of this, surely. I'm still carrying, and she kept quiet. She knew she would answer that question by practically. I need her, in a few years, 1 or 2, she returned in her own car, and the same guy saw it. He said, oh my God, you are right. What is the secret? Because this woman had a drive. I could see that we are reasoning career-wise, corporate, development, finance. You want to build a thing. One reason those women can't marry, many women can't marry good guys, because they themselves don't think far. So they can't identify a guy who thinks far, because they don't know how to think far. One reason with a working woman, you can see the trajectories of her mind and her visions. That she's seeing far in the lifestyle she wants to give her family and the life she wants to live, and how she wants to travel, what she wants to be exposed. The biggest advantage of traveling, I remind you, many people travel for many reasons: to enjoy the new climate there, to enjoy the beach. I don't know what people enjoy in the beach. I'm still trying to find it out. What? I never got the idea by the way. If there are some of things that the country boy has refused to adjust, and I'm still working on it. I don't get the fun in the beach, honestly. And because everybody enjoys it, you have to keep quiet. So don't look. You have to appear you're also enjoying. If you leave me on my own, I'll never remember swimming. I'll never remember beach. If you leave me on my own, thank God for getting married. For someone to push you outside your comfort. But for me, for her, she enjoys us. Now she's happy, and I see this. But for me, what I enjoy is the new exposure. When I see the boat that looks majestic, when I look at ship that looks precious, is the exposure, new ideas, new. For me, that is the best part about traveling. It's like perusing the library of life and getting new ideas. What if this girl was not thinking that big about? You can't imagine traveling and you're not making money. Why will you pay the ticket? Time. So, the other element is this girl will be prudent with money because she knows the pinch of earning it. And if she's a spendthrift, you can simply ask her to spend her own money. This girl will have higher people skills because she's handling people out there. This girl will have depth of issues because she's handling problems out there. She will have logistical competence to handle similar small situations because as she handles them at work, she's handling them at home. Are we together? And this girl will be able to solve her own those embarrassing small needs that are personal and too private, and some concerning our own, others concerning our own people. Even you, there are some of the things at home. Don't keep saying, I gave this person 100 because they did not have fare. Some of the things. Now somebody, I don't have money, let me ask my husband. How many rounds are we going to do for 100 shillings? It's embarrassing. But you can always say, now what happened? Oh, it's okay. That's a fair. I'll see you next time. That's a small day-to-day thing. It's not the amount, as I told you. Money and the clothes don't matter so much about the amount, but the fact that you have them. You're not walking naked. When you have no money, you are naked. You need some money to cover you. And what the money is giving you, sometimes it gets spent on the needs that are known. Other needs are not known. I don't have enough time to go all the way to charity. You can't give charity with money you're being given by charity as well. Are we together? I give you by charity. It's not enough. That's not enough. To help the needy, to rescue women, to rescue the needy, you need the money that you have command over. Are we together? Yes.
All right. So, Benjamin, I'll begin with what you've said. Marry a woman who knows the pinch of earning. And therein also lies another valley, a valley of compromise, whereby we have some women who are, I can say, weak emotionally. Why am I saying that? Because they will have the tendency of treating money as a means to, as the end, not a means to the end, not as fuel.
You're right.
They'll develop attachments to their money. And then, by that, it puts them in a position whereby they're not relatable.
Thank you for bringing that so that we can balance. Let us say that a healthy woman will always tell you, my family comes number one, then my career number two. Every day. A healthy family woman will always, my lecturer in masters will always call herself Dr. Mrs. Family is there in our titles. A healthy career wife will tell you, my family number one. When there's a crisis with my child, I drop everything, go attend to the child. As a man, I value my family, but I must feed them, hunt for them, hustle for them. Are we together? So in terms of working, the woman has one job for being a wife. It's a job. She has a child, her husband take care of, she watch over the home. Those things can only be done by the woman in a properly cultural way. Is a woman who think what will be cooked today. You may have exemptions where the man likes cooking, but naturally, let's talk about the larger group. The woman has a job automatically for being married. For knowing what will be cooked. So I told you, this woman can't be leaving home as early as you and coming as late as you. Something will break. Something will not work. So she must attend. Her first job is at home, then she has another job. So she must have time for the job at home, to source for the groceries to be cooked, to check the cleanliness of the home, to check what the husband will wear, to check whether the clothes are okay, to manage the assistant she's using at home. There must be hours dedicated for running home for the woman. I told you to be, my family would fail if we are leaving the house at the same time and coming at the same time with my wife. Something will collapse. We can't move. I wanted our career to be this way. I'm in front, doing the heavier lifting. She's behind, lifting the logistics of the family, managing, and then also doing her own that brings some money that she can add to the family and also meet her own needs, give her exposure to the world, keep her growing as a person, express her gift, change the world. One day the chores will reduce. Our family evolves. When children are grown and gone, and we are financially comfortable now, the chores reduce. We have washing machines, dishwasher, worker for this, gardener for that. By that point, she can now enlarge her career out there, and here we are just managing. Are we together? So as you evolve, remember that girl, the home is her first job. Now, she has another job. Allow her to leave home later or to have some hours, depending on her working conditions, where she can attend to the family. And you do the heavier lifting financially. Remember, you have to take leadership in terms of paying bills, leadership in terms of finances. If you don't take leadership, if you split bills in between, you should split everything else in between. The leadership, the responsibility, the cooking, the cleaning, the woman for tending the baby, breastfeeding, doing this, handling. She's already putting work into the family. You're supposed to compensate by doing the more lifting on the other side. Yes.
When she gets married, that is her first job.
Yes.
Which is very powerful. Now, we have women or spouses, because of the nature of the job of a man. The man decides with the woman, they sit down and they agree that now you sit at home to take care of the chores at home and any other thing that will give me peace of mind to continue laboring for the family, right? Now, this woman, yes, she is in the house, but she's cultivating the atmosphere around this man to help him labor for the family. Isn't that not changing the world too?
What chores will she do the whole day? How much food do I eat? Well, those people say I'm staying home to facilitate the working of the man are exaggerating the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he's a man who has special needs that require you to attend to a lot of things to keep him going.
Mm-hmm.
The chores can be done twice a day or thrice a day at most.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Cleaning, cooking, washing. Today we have mechanized. Why would I want my woman to keep washing my hands if I'm working that hard?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we can wash, we can have Mama Fua or herself or whoever, but I'm saying if I keep my woman at home, there's a side of her that I'm switching off.
Mm-hmm.
She has other gifts that could have served the world. Herself, without me doing it for her. She has another exposure and learning and energy and depth that she could have learned out here. Brahman, there is no enough chores unless we have 20 children that will keep my woman home the whole day. Seasons come, as I told you, when you have a young baby, it's very, very important for her to stay home and babysit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a season. It will pass altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying it's an exaggeration to say I told my woman to stay home, take care of me. What kind of care are you needing that keeps her home the whole day and suffocates every other side of her personality? Organize the chores at home in a way that they don't keep her tied there. She also seeing how the world is going. Mm-hmm. And your conversations can have depth. And your connections can connect to what is going on. And she can also work online. Mm-hmm. She can also do her own things. Expand her personality. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Structure defines purpose, Benjamin.
Yes.
You'd realize that not all jobs or careers make people better. Some of these women actually have been turned into worse beings because of the institutions they're working in.
Yes.
Because of the culture embedded within that institution.
Yes.
So that is why some of them would rather say, I'll quit and then concentrate on my family, help my husband in whatever he's building.
If there, again, in case there's a special case at home that requires you to come and attend, that's okay. Mm-hmm. But you don't quit a job because you don't like it. You change to the one you like. Mm-hmm. Remember, we don't work for money only, we work for growth. Mm-hmm. They stretch. So you go to an industry that is stretching you. Many of us studied a course that we don't like, we don't want to spend our lives in. But if that's the case, you transition to another one which you like, so that your personal expression can meet its full expression. Bramwell, if you stay back a whole month and you're a healthy person, you start falling sick. Mm-hmm. If you stay back a whole month, people going leaving you, and it's not because you are occupied with a child, you start falling sick. Mm-hmm. The stories and the areas you can connect about your husband reduce. What will you be talking about? How it was sunny today. Hey. As a woman, you will feel it. You will feel it if you are sensitive. But if you had your own fast foods thing, you are running out there. You can discuss how you sold this, how you made it kind of customer, how you did it. If you had this, some deliveries you're doing, you even when the job itself, you have quit that one, you're starting your own, you're building, there's something. You have agreed as a family, let's keep some pigs, let's grow some maize, some place, let's do something, and you're the one managing that side. When you are engaged with the pace of life, we have a lot to talk about, and it increases depth. Mm-hmm. But if you stay back, you can't do the chores all day. You do, and you're done, unless you're living in a 20-room mansion, which, if you can afford it, you should also afford workers. Can do a lot of the lifting for you, and you manage. So it is to say, Brahma, don't just sit home. Remember, you need to be stretched, expanded to maintain the juice and the connection with your man.
All right. We connect through activities. Work is important, dear ladies, as Benjamin has said. It is not a matter of getting money. It helps you become. Thank you for watching Benjamin Zulu Show. Till next time.